welcome back to my channel. My name is Fazila. You're tuning into Fazila Reads. Today's episode is going to be a dedicated book review for The Assassin of Malcoze by Bryan Asher. Thank you so much, Bryan, for sending me the review copies of this book. I really appreciate it. So the first time I saw Bryan Asher's books, The Assassin of Malcoze and The Treasure of Lore, was on Dominish Bookstagram. So Dominish from Dominish Books has been spotlighting a lot of indie self-published SFF for some time now. And he showcased these books on his Bookstagram a couple of months ago, and it really caught my eye. I love the colors and the difference in the setting that is seen on these covers. Obviously the covers are stunning, but then Dom's description of the books was really intriguing. So I found out the books are set in the same universe, and the two books that are out now are of two different genres. I was like, that is super cool. On top of that, these are complete standalones and self-contained short stories. I mean, who doesn't love a quick read, right? This is an indie self-published standalone fantasy and is a first book that is set in the universe of Intercontinents. So The Assassin of Malcoze is set in the same universe as the floating continents called the Intercontinent. This book is a fast-paced adventure with mystery, interesting characters, a very unique and imaginative world building. So the book also has a bit of conspiracy, possible revolution, and also very real-life conflicts. So the story follows four main characters, and the alternating POVs actually give us a wonderful introduction not to just the world but also the characters. We follow Oros, Torren, Analia, and Scoria, and each of them deals with real-life conflicts that gets thrown at them. So Oros is a former mercenary of the kingdom and is struggling with the idea of retirement. So he takes up private contracts, and his latest contract is one that he's taken up with the eccentric aristocrat called Franco John Moore. To Oros, work has always been the most important and the most fulfilling part of his life, and so retiring or even taking a step back is something that is unimaginable to him at this point. So Oros is planning to take up this final contract in a way to relive his military days, but also as a last hurrah before he retires for good. But the thing is, this contract isn't as straightforward as it looks and is considered to be a conspiracy by most of the people. So our second character, Torren, is a young boy who is about to graduate from school and has to choose a career path. He has always known his destiny, and it was to be part of the Rincoil, which is the elite group of soldiers of the kingdom. So our third main character is Analia Tabarus. She is the current princess and heir to the throne of Malcoze, and she has been trained from a very young age to lead the kingdom of Malcoze. She is also graduating and so has to choose a career path similar to Torren. So they are at very similar places in life right now. Analia's destiny was always known, which was to follow in her father's footsteps. Even though she loves learning about the intricacies of politics and also being a future leader and diplomat, she also has some other interests she wants to pursue. In this book, we see her having to make some necessary changes and difficult choices when it comes to pursuing her passion. Scoria Kith from Krathus is the final POV we follow in the book. He is from Krathus, which is a neighboring intercontinent. And Krathus is known for their minerals, and so they have been used as a mining continent mainly by the other intercontinents. They have been taken advantage by the others, and so while the other intercontinents have succeeded and flourished and thrived, Krathus has become a lot more poorer. Scoria is also upset about the situation with his homeland and wants his people to succeed. So he has some grand plans moving forward and also in bringing success to his homeland. All the four characters are at this cusp of big changes happening in their lives, and their stories will connect as we move along the book. The characters were very dynamic, had a lot of subtle layers. Even though the book is short, Bryan has still managed to bring in believable characters, and their individual arcs were very satisfying to read. All of them were driven, dedicated to the causes they believed in, and was very passionate about the ideas and ideals. And so it was very much believable when they made the different choices they made throughout the book. The best part of this book is the world building and the cool magic system. I really love the idea of floating continents a lot, and it reminded me of the world in the Raven and the Dove series. So just like the Raven and the Dove series with the floating kingdoms, here also we have each continent having its own race, culture, customs, and traditions. They're all very unique in their own version of advancements. For example, we have Lore with advanced computer technology and other infrastructure that is heavily advanced when compared to the other continents. whereas the Malcozians are more rooted in magic and uses magic to circumvent the lack of technology. They also are more medieval in setting with hints of modern advancements. Because Malcozians don't trust any kind of mechanical advancements in technology, they are more rooted in traditions and magic than most of their counterparts. This is where the whole magic system comes in. So all of the Malcozians use enchantments to enhance and modify an object's capabilities. Often minerals are also used, so there is a little bit of alchemy involved in their magic. The other magical ability that most of the Malcozians, which is kind of inherent to all of them, is aura. And in this, you can channel the energy to different parts of the body to enhance that particular part's capabilities. So it's mostly used in battle and also combat. There were so many cool moments where both magic was involved and shown. One of them was taking photography. It was explained really well. There was also this moment towards the beginning of the book where Oros and Barrett kind of use Duran clay for making their tea and also making fire and all of that. That was also kind of very cool. Transportation system was also kind of fun. They have cool birds and references to other intercontinents with specific specialities that I really liked. So those were some of the things that really stood out to me in terms of world building and the way everything was structured. So the world and the world building, also the magic system was explained kind of very naturally and organically. Every time we come across something new, the POV that we get to experience always explains what it was, kind of how Jim Butcher does it in Dresden Files. The aura also kind of felt very similar to what Dresden could do with Soulfire. So that was how I imagined it in, I think it was in Small Favors, yeah. How aura was manipulated, which kind of was really cool to experience through the book. Overall, this book was such a fun and quick read. I really enjoyed the touch of mystery, the little bit of action we got, the fascinating world, intriguing magic system, and dynamic characters. It's also a breath of fresh air in the fantasy genre, and I can't wait to read more from Bryan Asher's world of Intercontinents. If you're looking for a quick and a standalone book that is self-contained, look no further than The Assassin of Malcoze. It really has an imaginative and intriguing story and will be the perfect palate cleanser for you if you have been reading the more chunkier, heavier, bigger fantasy books. It's also very much accessible for newer fantasy readers, so definitely go check it out. I give the book 4.5 to 5 stars. Highly recommend checking it out if you enjoy smaller stories which is set in a bigger, wider universe. I made a few artworks inspired by this book. Based on a few scenes from the book. I did take some liberties with them because I couldn't find the right fit for so many of the scenes. So definitely go check it out if you're interested. I will leave the links in the description below. I also made a book trailer / aesthetics kind of video for this book. So that will also be linked in the description. Make sure to check it out. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. Bye-bye.